Hi friends, my name is Carol and today I'm going to show you how to make an inexpensive but beautiful fall deco mesh wreath. Stay tuned. So this is what we're going to need for the project. I got 2 rolls of deco mesh. One is copper and the other one is orange copper. And I got this at Packetans. They had it on sale for 2 rolls for $10. And they have that sale pretty often, so that should be something you should be able to take advantage of. I found this wire wreath frame at a dollar store. And so I bought it and I figured it was probably just the 12-inch diameter. Since it was at the dollar store, you get the cheapest one. But when I measured it, it's actually a 14-inch frame for $1. And then the other thing you'll need is some pipe cleaners, any color. You can use brown, orange, you can even use white, any color you have, because the wreath is so full that you'll never see it afterwards. So if we figure $1 here, 10 here, and say $1 for the pipe cleaners, you've got $12 invested in this wreath. So now let me show you how we begin. So the first thing you're going to do is to cut this mesh into 9-inch pieces. This mesh is 10 yards long. So that's 360 inches, and if you cut 9-inch pieces, you're going to have 40 pieces of each roll. That's 80 pieces, and it takes between 55 and 60 pieces to make a wreath, so you're talking about a roll and a half. Now, I don't know if you've ever worked with deco mesh before. I never had, and I've experienced a couple things that I'd like to share with you. This is very sticky. There's little wires in it. So if you put this on the carpet or on upholstery or even lean it against yourself, it's going to stick to you. So you want to keep it away from you, and as you're cutting the pieces, you don't want to drop them on the floor unless you're working like on a tile floor. Otherwise, you want to put it on a table or something up away from anything that it could possibly stick to. Now, to cut this, what I did is I took some masking tape and I made just a straight edge. And then I took a ruler and I measured 9 inches. And I put a piece of tape there at the 9-inch mark, just like this. At the bottom and at the top of the straight edge. Now another good thing is that I don't have 2 rolls of the same. I've got one plain roll and one pattern, which happens to be like a plaid. So what I did is I took the plain, get something here, and I laid it out right at the straight edge. Hope you can see that. We're getting a close up. I put something down to hold it there. Then I took the plaid and put it on top. So you're going to cut both rolls at the same time, which will save you some time. And it also helps when you have a pattern, because now when I lay on the pattern on top of the plain, and as you can see, it's even sticking to each other. Put it on the thing. I could see exactly where I will cut, and it'll give me a straight edge. I'm just going to follow this line all the way up, and that'll be the first piece. I'm not going to take the time to cut it now. I've already cut some to show you. So we're going to move on, but remember, that way you can get it. Don't go over the 9 inches or you're not going to get 40 pieces out of it. I'm kind of cheap. I want to get as much as I can for my money. So that's what you do next. Now we'll show you what you do after you have it cut. Okay, so now that the pieces are cut, we're going to start assembling this wreath. You'll notice that some of the pieces are kind of wide and others are pretty narrow. That depends on where they were on the roll when you cut them. The ones that you cut first were on the big, wider part, so they didn't curl as much as the ones that were at the end that curled, and it doesn't matter because it just adds variation to the wreath. So the first thing you're going to do is pick 2 of one color. I'm going to take 2 of the plain and 1 of the plaid. You put it together so the ends are basically even, and then you're going to take it and wrap it right around the wreath, making sure that these ends are pretty much even. You don't have to be completely exact. And then you're going to take a pipe cleaner and wrap it around the entire mesh. Just twist it on as good as you can. Just get it a couple twists so it holds, okay? And then you're going to go with the next one. And this time, you're going to go with the opposite, alternating. Now you're going to have 2 of the plaid and 1 of the plain. And again, you're just going to wrap it around the wreath, right through the frame like this, through the center of it. Grab it, hold on to it, take a pipe cleaner, twist it around, and you want to get it tight. Don't worry about getting it too tight. Like I said before, when you get done, you're going to go through and do it, tighten them up, okay? Now we're going to go back to the 2 of the plain and the 1 of the mesh, of the plaid. And again, through here, make sure they're fairly even on the top, and twist it around again. Just like this, and just give it a couple twists to hold it in place. And then you can move it down a little bit to get the next one on. You're going to continue doing that all the way around the form. Now I'll show you what comes next. Okay, so now you finish the wreath. Now you're going to go around and retighten these. And the first one you do this with, I want to show you. You want to make it so it's up on top. If you want to loosen it a little bit so you can pull it a little bit snugger, that's fine. Make sure it's on top, and then just twist it really hard. Twist it around. And then after you twist it around, this first one you do, I want you to anchor it. Can you see what I'm doing here? I'm taking the extra one and just wrapping it around the wreath itself, the frame, on both sides. That way this one won't slide around for you. And now as you go around and tighten the other ones, you can push it close to that one so that you can see if you have any extra room. So I'm going to push this over and then tighten this one down. And I'm going to continue to do that all the way through. Just going around with each one, tightening it down. And the other ones, you can just wrap it around or tuck it in if you want to so it doesn't stick out. That's all you have to do. You can even cut the ends if you'd like to. So you're going to go around the entire wreath like that. Okay, so now I've done all of them and anchored them down. And as you can see, when I push them around, I now have an opening. I can probably fit at least 2, if not 3 in there. I don't know which the color was, so I'm just going to start now like with 2 of the plain and 1 of this, and just add it in. And remember, you want them pretty much even, and you want them facing forward when you tie them. You want them in that position. Get 1 of these. Let's see how many more I can add. Here's 1. And just twisting it. I'm going to try and twist it tight now since all the other ones have been tightened down. And I'm going to push it over, and then I'm going to go with the 2 of these with 1 of these and put that in. And that looks like that's what it's going to take. I could add 2 more after I did this. Tightened it all down. So here's the other one. And I'm putting that pipe cleaner right through there and twisting it down. I'm just folding it over and in so it doesn't stick out. Let's see if there's any more. You know what? I actually think I can fit 1 more bundle. So let me go with the 2 and the 1. And put it in. Boy, this is going to be a thick wreath. This will definitely be the last one I'll be able to add. And again, I'm just wrapping it with the pipe cleaner around, just like this, and twisting it off, twisting it closed. And that is it. And there is the finished wreath right there on the wall. Isn't it beautiful? Now, if you remember, we started out with a 14-inch frame, and now let's just see. Our wreath is 29 inches. So as you can see, it's simple, but elegant. You could certainly embellish it if you'd like to. You could put ribbons on it, a bow. Maybe if you had children, small children in the house, you could put on some pumpkins or some scarecrows. You do whatever you like, but I think even this way, it's just simply elegant. I'd like to thank my son Alex for taping this and editing it for me, and I'd like to thank each one of you for watching this tutorial. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and write your comments or questions beneath, and I'll be happy to answer them. Have a great day, and enjoy your fall Deco mesh wreath. Thanks!